I'm going to show you how to make some really fantastic Middle Eastern flatbread. It's just going to go so well with this dish. So to activate the yeast, I put 1.5 teaspoons of dry yeast into 1 cup of water, 1 teaspoon of sugar, and all we do is give that a little stir. And when that starts to bubble, we're going to add it to my flour. Now, that is very happy yeast. It's risen for the occasion, and we know that it's really alive because it's gone all nice and bubbly. So I've got 2.5 cups of plain flour here. Now, all I do is add this to the centre of my mix. I've made a little whirl. And then I add a little bit of olive oil and a pinch of salt. And then we're just going to mix that all together. Right. Now, we just need to knead this together. You've got to get your hands in there. And actually, I find it easier to knead on the board. So I'm just going to get this to a nice, smooth consistency. And this is half the fun of bread making. We get to knead it for probably about 5 to 10 minutes until it's lovely and soft. And this is looking beautiful. So it's nice and elastic and sort of springs back when you touch it. And that's looking perfect. So now I'm just going to put a little bit of oil in my bowl. Run your hands around that. And then a little bit on top of the ball. Pop that in. And then we cover it over with a little cloth and let it sit for about 40 minutes or until it doubles in size. And here's one I prepared earlier. Don't you love that? You can see how lovely and soft it's gone now. So we're just going to push out that air. Right, now we're going to divide it into 8 sections. So I like to roll it out like so. Then I just go once. And there we have it, 8 little balls ready to go. And we do one at a time and then we cook them off as we go. We're just going to pop these in the bowl and they're ready to cook. So we're ready to roll. Now, it's very important to get a perfect little ball before you start rolling, otherwise you don't get a good shape. And a good trick is to cup your hand over the dough and just roll around like so. Then you get a nice little ball to start with. So we just pat that down, we lightly flour over the top and then roll away. And I just keep turning the dough around like this so you get a nice even roll. So we want these nice and thin. And that's looking pretty good. And just to make sure they're nice and round, I go around the edges like so. And then we go straight into a dry pan over medium heat. And if they're not perfectly round, they look more authentic. So we cook for a minute or 2. And you can see it's just starting to bubble up beautifully. OK, so it's time to turn this little guy over. Oh, look at that. And that's how easy it is, Middle Eastern flatbread, and I think I'm going to have to try this one just to check that it's OK to keep cooking the rest. It's so soft and gorgeous. It's going to go beautifully with that sauce.